Bruce and Sylvia Pardo had just finished a bitter divorce. The 43-year-old woman was hoping for better times, says her friend Roxanne Harrigy.
What did she have that he could have wanted? She had nothing. She came home with her clothes in her car and her kids, literally. He had the house, he had the cars. I mean, what could he have wanted?
Sylvia had even invited Roxanne to her family's Christmas party this year.
Plans changed for us at the last minute because my parents came to visit, so we couldn't go, but we wouldn't have had a chance.
A fateful decision, because authorities say Sylvia and 8 other family members were gunned down by her ex-husband Bruce. Their bodies then torched by a fire he started at their house in the Los Angeles suburb of Covina. Police say Pardo barged in on the party Christmas Eve clad in a Santa suit, which he bought from a designer.
You know, when I first heard it, I knew he was wearing a Santa suit, and I knew who he was because I had seen him, but more than one time. So, but I didn't think anything of it until they were saying that he used the Santa suit and he put stuff in the Santa suit, like guns and whatever he used. And then it kind of freaked me out, thinking that maybe he had already planned this for a long time.
Jerry Diot says Pardo appeared to be a decent man. He had bought and rented from her costume store before. He had even shared a family picture with her from Halloween.
And like I say, he stopped here. He ushered it at the church across the street. He stopped here a couple of times and knocked on the door and said, "Hi, how are you? How's your dog?" And "Mine's fine," you know, and da-da-da. And, you know, just nice guy.
Pardo lived in this house in Montrose, California. Waitresses at the neighborhood cafes knew him by his first name. But behind this facade, police describe a calculating killer who planned the massacre of his wife and her family for months. Harrigy says the Pardos became estranged after Sylvia discovered Bruce was father to a disabled child who he had abandoned.
I'd have to deal with like how it happened, what, you know, my friend was feeling at that moment, the terror. That's, you know, the last thing you want your friend to do is to be sad and to be scared, and with her mom and dad. How horrific.
Police say Pardo killed himself outside his brother's house after committing the murders. Investigators add he may have even been targeting his own mother and his ex-wife's lawyer, too. John Mone, The Associated Press, Covina, California.